All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, Floyd Mayweather Jr. betrays Gervonta Davis. That's what they're saying, because he says something shocking about Shakur Stevenson. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, Floyd Mayweather Jr., who is the man, what can I say, man? He's the dog everybody likes to kick in boxing for some reason. It doesn't matter what crowd is talking. Somebody got something to say bad about Floyd Mayweather Jr. all the time. And it continues because Floyd Mayweather Jr. gave his opinion about Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis and says that he would love to sign Shakur Stevenson, something that ain't never going to happen. But before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. It really makes a big difference. Thank you. Man, let me tell you. Floyd Mayweather Jr. goes on. I do believe he went on Mace and Cam's podcast, which I do believe is called Tell It Like It Is. And he's asked a question about who the best fighter in the lightweight division is. And he says, hey, man, well, between the weight classes of 130 to 140, these guys can move anywhere in between there. But if I had to say, clearly the biggest puncher is Gervonta Davis, but hands down, the best skilled fighter, because that was the question that I think it was Mace asked, was who's the most skilled? He said the most skilled fighter, hands down, that would be Shakur Stevenson, right? Hands down, that would be Shakur Stevenson. Now, people take that as hate on Gervonta Davis, because also, I don't know if it's in this particular interview or not, Floyd said that he would like to sign Shakur Stevenson to Mayweather Promotions. Something that I doubt very, very much actually takes place, seeing as Shakur Stevenson is managed by James Prince, and Floyd, last time I checked, or at least last time I heard, because I can't check with either one of them, I don't know them, those guys don't like each other, James Prince and Floyd Mayweather. So, I don't know if that's Floyd being a little bit delusional, not thinking his way through what actually needs to take place for that to happen. But whatever the case, he said what he said. And he says that he thinks the most highly skilled fighter at 135 is Shakur Stevenson. And I have absolutely no problem whatsoever with that. That is not something that he is saying that is out of the realm of reality, number one. Number two, I am not somebody that really, and I don't think a lot of y'all are either, really qualified to argue with Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s basis for his opinion. Okay? Because Floyd Mayweather Jr. knows boxing about as well as anybody on the planet. And if you just assume that he's hating, like, people can hate and not like somebody. For example, I'm sure Floyd doesn't appreciate the things that Gervonta Davis says about him. That Gervonta Davis said that he was over in Dubai, stuck in Dubai, saying that he's a hater who tried to get him beat against Mario Barrios and tried to get Gervonta beat against Jose Pedraza, right? I'm sure he doesn't like that. I don't think anybody would like that, continually hearing their names and people taking shots at him, right? Calling him broke and asking him if, you need me to help you pay the bills, I'm sure he doesn't like any of that. right? Just like, hey, man, I do videos all the time. I don't like Devin Haney fans talking crazy to me because I'm telling you what I think. Ryan Garcia whooped him. What you want me to say? He did. He's not the greatest fighter in the history of mankind. What you want me to say? I don't hate Devin. I just don't like that you guys are so obnoxious. We're trying to jam him down my throat. Pause. By the way, I really do wish Cam and Mace would stop saying pause after every other word. Man, I think they said something like, "Hey, I want to sip on some tomato soup." Pause. Like, man, what are you pausing for? Anyway, sorry, I digress. I can understand why Floyd would have attitude with Gervonta. And hey, man, I can understand why Gervonta would have attitude with Floyd. But that doesn't mean Floyd is not making reasonable decisions, doesn't have reasonable opinions. Shakur Stevenson's one of the best fighters in boxing. Shakur Stevenson's Olympic silver medalist. He's an undefeated fighter. He's a 3-weight division champion. The dude can box on the inside. He can fight on the inside. He can fight at mid-range. He has very, very good movement. He has great defense, great ring generalship. He has decent power. He's got good, clean and effective punching. He has everything you need in a fighter. Now, he had a bad performance, right? But even then, that speaks to his skill. Because look, man, he was in there with Edwin De Los Santos to fight. I guess he says he was hurt, whatever the case was. He got out of there, did not engage with the big punch in Edwin De Los Santos, but he still won the fight. Unlike some other people that got in there and got hit with check left hooks all night long against Ryan Garcia. So for him to say that this dude is more skilled than Gervonta, who am I to really argue about that? He said Gervonta is, maybe the biggest puncher. I mean, I don't know about the maybe part, unless I don't know who you be talking. Maybe Edwin De Los Santos. Maybe he's talking about Gary Antoine Russell at 140. I know he's not talking about anybody at 130 pounds, but that's not what he said. It's not unreasonable. So if somebody is being reasonable in their statements, I really can't see a problem with it. Now, obviously, people have issues with Floyd. There are guys with Jahan Ingram, I believe that's his name, is trying to get away from Floyd Mayweather because he's saying, look, I'm not being promoted the way I need to be promoted, and these other people are passing me up, right? You had Jalil Hackett. I think Jalil Hackett was originally with Mayweather, who was now, if it wasn't, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, please. And he winds up going to Eddie Hearn and saying, hey, Hearn with Hearn. Look, man, one person that can't complain, should not complain about Floyd Mayweather Jr. and what Floyd has done for his career is Gervonta. You may not, and you may go to work every day, and sometimes you got a boss that gave you a job when you were looking for one, and you work with them for 5 years. You climb the ranks, you get a lot of different experiences, and then you disagree. Shoot, you could disagree with your boss once a month for 5 years. You know what I mean? That's a lot. That's 60 times you disagreed with them on 60 different subjects. But still, at the end of the day, if you wind up getting a lot of experience, you sign up making a lot more money, and then you go work for another company, you still got to be like, hey, man, that dude paid me a lot of money. He gave me a lot of opportunities that I wouldn't have been given otherwise. It's time to move on, but I still respect the guy. And I would hope that that's what Gervonta Davis would do with Floyd, because the fact of the matter is, Adrian Brawner is the one that Gervonta Davis was signing with, and you don't know what path Gervonta Davis would have been on if it wasn't for Floyd Mayweather Jr., Leonard Ellerbe, and Al Heyman and those guys backing him up, right? He could have very well been in a situation where he never really got. He may have been fighting 147, that small, because nobody would fight him. You just don't know, man. There's a lot of people that didn't get the opportunities that Gervonta Davis got in his career, being associated with Floyd. But maybe at the moment, he doesn't see that, or the separation between he and Floyd is sore. It's a sore type of situation now, but. Whatever, man. I still don't say that it's worth blasting Floyd Mayweather Jr. over saying something like he thinks that Shakur Stevenson is the most skilled fighter, because that doesn't mean that that he thinks Shakur's team is going to beat Gervonta Davis. Because, hey, man, you can be very, very, very skilled. You can be slightly more skilled than somebody, but that dude have a whole lot more power and enough skill to make you have to feel it enough where you can't deal with it. Because, look, there were heavyweights that were more skilled than Sonny Liston. Good luck with that. You know what I mean? Like Floyd Patterson was probably more skilled than Sonny Liston. Good luck taking them shots. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.